Today's horoscope from AstroCademy, Capricorn October 1st, 2024. The moon moves into your sign today, and will visit for over 2 days, amplifying your emotions. The focus is on nurturing your emotional self. You might also experience increased drive and desire to get things done today, making you more efficient than usual. Circumstances may be such that you recognize the need to let go of certain possessions or even attitudes towards business and money matters to move forward. As the day advances, a Mars-Saturn trine comes into play and adds a practical, patient, stabilizing theme to the mix. Accepting people, projects, and circumstances as they are and then working with what you have is the key to success. Putting energy into a team effort or pet project can be worthwhile, and doing business or productive things with friends can also work out well today. An incredibly important moment is upon you today and tomorrow. As mighty Mars, the red planet of passion and drive, sizzles through your solar house of friendships and online dating, he will link in a trine to the great taskmaster planet, Saturn, now spinning in your solar house of partnership. On one hand, this could link singles to someone who has long-term potential through their network or an app. However, if you're happily committed, you may instead agree with your partner to build toward a lifelong aspiration side by side. You'll adore their steady and loyal hand aiding you as you move toward your dream in the sky. What can you do to correct your old financial habits? Reconsider how you handle or speak of money when the Sun in Libra and Mercury in Libra conjunct the South Node in Libra. At first, you might be tempted to revert to your usual ways. Maybe this is a spending or saving habit. Perhaps you will speak or think of your finances in a typical way. Although it is comfortable to go back to these usual ways, it might not be conducive to forming better financial habits and mindsets. Challenge yourself to do better. Today's planetary movement exerts an energy that might make you feel like your dreams are just out of reach. Don't let this feeling discourage you, as it is only temporary. Use the transit to get in touch with what you really want, so that you are able to take appropriate steps toward achieving that. The body is a lump of clay, remember? You are the artist who shapes it. As an artist, give yourself plenty of love and encouragement. Today, you're going to have a moment of pause, a relaxation period when you can take stock. The vibrations of the moment will be encouraging you to sort out the people in your life who are just acquaintances and those who are your real friends, what your profound desires are as opposed to those imposed on you from outside, and the superficial from the eternal in a serious way. You are hesitating about making a complete change in your comportment so that you can adapt more gently to situations, notably with your friends and family. But you have a supple mind so that you always fall on your feet. Be aware of this. Currently, the Sun and Mercury are not only spending their first weekend in your income sector but also preparing for a significant week on the income front. Meanwhile, the moon is in its final hours in an intuitive and imaginative part of your chart, positively influencing both planets on the financial side. This monthly event regularly boosts your financial confidence and imagination every 4 weeks. While there is no real tension, it serves as a reminder to maintain awareness of both sides of your financial situation. 3D. Eyes after Mercury, the planet of communication left Virgo Venus. The planet of love is spending her first weekend in your communication sector. As there was a 3-day crossover from Venus' return to Mercury's departure, this gave the planets of love and communication a chance to cross paths but also to pass the torch, ensuring the communication lines remain open. Our eyes in the sky. The beauty of today's astrological alignment lies in the opportunity for transformation and growth. With the Sun and Mercury opposing the North Node in Aries, you are being called to step into your power and leave behind patterns that no longer serve you. It's as if the universe is presenting you with a crossroads. One path leads to the comfort of the familiar, while the other invites you to take bold steps toward personal evolution and progress. Have you ever had that moment and you realized that staying within your comfort zone was actually holding you back? Maybe it was a job you stayed in for too long, a relationship you clung to out of fear of the unknown, or even a habit that was easier to maintain than to break. We've all been there, stuck between what we know and what we dream of achieving. Today offers the perfect moment to break free. It might feel a little scary at first, but sometimes growth comes from stepping into the unknown with courage and trust. You are ready for this. Ask yourself, what's one small step you can take today toward a healthier, more empowered version of yourself? There's something so special about knowing you're part of a Team ORA community where your contributions are valued. If you've been craving that sense of unity, today is the day to nurture it. Send that message, make that call, or reach out to someone you've been meaning to connect with. Have you ever noticed how even the smallest efforts toward connection can lead to deeper bonds? When we come together with the right intentions, we can achieve so much more than we could on our own. That said, while it's wonderful to embrace social interactions and team spirit, don't forget to carve out time for yourself. Have you ever spent a day surrounded by people, only to feel drained by the end, even if the experience was positive? Socializing is beautiful and necessary, but so is solitude. Taking moments to recharge ensures that when you're with others, you're fully present, energized, and able to give your best self. So if you're feeling the need to step back for a bit, honor that feeling. Give yourself permission to recharge, knowing you'll return even stronger and more centered. On a practical note, today's momentum is incredibly favorable for those of you who've been working toward personal or professional goals. Have you ever felt that satisfying rush? When all your hard work starts to pay off, and everything you touched seems to fall into place? That's the energy surrounding you right now. Whether you've been grinding on a project, building toward a career milestone, or managing financial matters, expect to see tangible progress. Keep riding this wave of success, and remember to acknowledge how far you've come. You've put in the work, and you deserve to enjoy the rewards. So if things are finally coming together, celebrate Theta Euro, you've earned it. Now, let's talk about relationships, because just as you're finding balance in your work and social life, the same theme applies to your personal connections. Have you been feeling like your relationships are either too intense or too shallow? Life has a funny way of swinging between extremes, but today is a great opportunity to find that sweet spot where relationships feel both meaningful and lighthearted. Whether it's a romantic partnership, a friendship, or even family dynamics, ask yourself, how can I bring more balance into my relationships? Maybe you've been taking things a bit too seriously lately and could benefit from letting loose and having fun, or perhaps it's time to deepen a connection that's been more surface level. Either way, today's energy supports you in making those adjustments. And lastly, if you've been feeling bogged down by the daily grind, know that you're not alone. We all have days when the routine tasks start to feel like they're piling up, and it seems like nothing is moving forward. Maybe you've been feeling stuck or uninspired, and that's perfectly okay. But isolating yourself or getting frustrated won't make things easier. Have you ever tried to tackle everything on your own, only to feel even more weighed down by the pressure? Today's energy is a reminder that you don't have to go it alone. Whether it's reaching out to family, friends, or colleagues, asking for help or simply talking things through can make all the difference. Sometimes, just knowing someone else is there to support you lightens the load.